Hello and welcome. My name is Savannah, and today I will be guiding you through a yoga class focused on thoracic mobility. I hope that this class feels good for your spine, your hips, and your shoulders. I hope you enjoy this class. If you do, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. This way you won't miss out on any of the other yoga classes that I will be sharing here. And you can also leave me a comment letting me know how this class went for you. I always love hearing from you. Okay, without further ado, let's meet lying down on our backs. And bend your knees, soles of the feet down on the mat. Bring your feet to about mat distance apart and bring your knees in to touch one another. Arms can be next to your body, or you can bring one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Let's all take a really big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. A couple more just like that, in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Continue to breathe now in and out through your nose. Allow each breath to be full and complete. And we'll stay here for just a few more breaths before we begin to move. Take one more breath right here. From here, allow your right leg to go long on your mat and bring your left knee in towards your chest. Take your left leg across your body to the right hand side and take both arms out to the side into a T. Inhale here. As you breathe out, to bring your left hand on top of your right hand, and you can lift your head up as you do that. Inhale to open yourself up. Bring the left arm out to the left side. Exhale, bring the left hand on top of the right hand. Inhale to open back up. Exhale, breathe out, left hand on top of the right hand. Continue just like this, moving with your breath. Let's do one more. The next time both arms go out to each side into that T, we'll stay here for a breath or two. Good. Bring the left knee back into your chest. Extend the left leg long, and we'll do that on the second side now. Right knee will come into the chest. Take the right leg across your body for a twist. Bring both arms out into a T. Inhale here, big breath in through the nose. As you exhale, bring the right hand on top of the left hand. You can lift your head up as you do that. Inhale to open yourself back up. And then as you breathe out, bring the right hand on top of the left hand. Continuing just like this, working with your own breath. Breathing out as you bring the right hand on top of the left, and breathing in as you open it back up. We'll do a couple more. The next time that both arms are out into that T, we'll stay there for a few breaths. Take one more breath. Good. Guide the right knee into your chest. And then bring the left knee into your chest as well. Wrap your arms around the legs and rock from side to side. From here, take all the time that you need to make your way up into a tabletop position on hands and knees. In your tabletop, your shoulders will be over top of your wrists and your hips will be over top of your knees. Let's take a child's pose. Bring the big toes to touch. Your knees can be as far apart or as close together as you like. Sit your hips down onto your heels. Reach your arms out in front of you and rest your forehead down onto the ground. From here, lift your forehead up off of the ground and start to walk your hands over towards the right hand side. Coming into a side body stretch, walking the hands as far over to the right side as you like. And if you would like to, you can bring the left hand on top of the right hand. Can you start to breathe into the left side of your body? One more breath here. Lift your forehead up off of the mat. Walk your hands back through center and then over towards the left hand side. You can walk your hands as far over to the left side as feels good for you. Resting your forehead back down onto the ground if you are able to. Otherwise, you can keep it lifted. And if you would like to, the right hand can come on top of the left hand. Can you breathe into the right side of your body here? Take full breaths in and full breaths out through your nose. One more breath here. Fully release your breath on your exhale. Begin to lift your forehead up off of the ground. Walk your hands through center And come on up into a tabletop position once again. Shoulders are over top of your wrists, and your hips are over top of your knees. Moving through some cats and cows here. Spread your fingers nice and far apart. Lift your heart, lift your tailbone up. Look up as you arch your back, coming into cow pose. Inhale here. Exhale for cat. Lift your upper back high towards the sky. Look down towards your mat. Inhale to arch for cow. And exhale to round into your cat. Continuing just like this, moving with your breath. We'll do one more round. Meeting in center with a neutral spine once you are finished. From here, lower down onto your forearms. Palms are flat down on the mat. Fingers are spread far apart. Forearms are parallel to the long edges of your mat. Finding cat and cow here on our forearms now. So inhale, lift your heart up a little bit, lift your tailbone up, look up slightly. Exhale to round, lift your upper back up towards the sky, look down. Inhale, look up slightly, lift the heart up, arch your back. Exhale to round, look down for cat. Continuing just like this a few more times. Noticing how this movement feels in your body right now. Let's do one more of each. Meeting in the center with a neutral spine once you are finished. And then coming back up onto your hands in your tabletop position. Let's now bring the right fingers to the right side of the head, to the right temples. Inhale, lift the right elbow up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring the right elbow to tap the left elbow. Inhale, lift the right elbow up high. Exhale, lower it to tap the left elbow. Continuing just like this several more times. Let's do two more. Last one here. Good. Place the right hand down, moving right over to the second side now. Left fingers come to the left side of the head. Inhale, lift the left elbow up high towards the sky. Exhale, breathe out. Left elbow taps the right elbow. Inhale, lift the left elbow up high. Exhale, bring it to tap the right elbow. We'll do this about 4 more times. One more, just like this. Good. Bring the left hand down onto the mat. From here, I'm just going to turn to face you so you can see this next movement a little bit better. Bring your right leg straight out to the right side. Tuck your left toes under behind you. And just start to shift your weight forward and back. Good. From here, sit the left hip onto the left heel. Stay here with your hands, or you can start to walk the hands out in front of you. Maybe you rest the forehead down onto the ground. One more big breath here. Good. Walk your hands back in towards you. Lift your hips back up. Stay here in your tabletop with your right leg extended out to the right side. From here, inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, lower it down. A few more just like this. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift. Can you look up towards the hand? And exhale, lower it. One more, just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good, moving straight to the second side. Left leg will come out to the left side. Tuck your right toes under. And from here, just start to shift the weight forward and then back. Good. From here, start to lower the right hip down onto the right heel. You can stay right here, or if you would like to, you can walk your hands farther out in front of you, and maybe you rest your forehead down onto the ground. We'll be here for a couple more breaths. Good. Start to walk your hands back in, lifting your hips back up. Back into our tabletop with the left leg extended out to the left side. From here, inhale, lift your left arm up, looking up towards the left hand if that feels okay for your neck. Exhale to release it back down. Continuing just like that several more times. Really working on finding some rotation and some mobility in your spine. Let's do one more. Good. From here, bring the left knee back in to your tabletop. Take your left foot off of your mat to the left side and take your right leg straight, right foot to the back of your mat. From here, bring your right fingers to the right side of your head. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the right elbow down to tap the left elbow. Inhale, right elbow lifts up towards the sky. Exhale, right elbow to tap the left elbow. We'll do this about 3 more times. One more. From here, inhale, lift the right arm straight up overhead, and then reach it towards the front of your space. We'll be here for one more breath. Find length from the right fingers all the way back to the right foot. Good. From here, release into your tabletop. Bring your right foot now off of your mat, setting up in your modified side plank on the second side. Left leg will extend to the back of the mat. The foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Bring the left fingers to the left side of your head. Inhale here, left elbow up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the elbow to tap the right elbow. Inhale to lift the left elbow up high. Exhale to bring it to tap the right elbow. We'll do this about 3 more times. Let's do one more. Inhale to lift the left arm up overhead. Left arm is straight. Big breath here. And from here, reach it towards the front of your space. We'll take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Good, release the left hand down, bring the left knee down, come into a kneeling position. And I'm just going to turn to face you. Hips over top of the knees, shoulders over top of the hips. Reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand down the right thigh. Reach your left arm up and over for a side bend. Inhale through center. Exhale, left hand down the left leg, right arm up and over. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands together at your heart center. Come into a tabletop position. And from here, bring your left foot to the left side of your mat, outside of your hands, at the top of your mat. Coming into your lizard lunge. If you would like more of a stretch here, you can tuck the right toes under, lift up the knee, and you can take the right knee further back behind you. From here, bring the right fingers to the right side of the head. Inhale, lift the right elbow up towards the sky. Exhale, can you tap the right elbow down to the ground, maybe bending the left elbow if you need to. Inhale, open up towards the side, lifting the right elbow up to the sky. Exhale, bring the right elbow down to the ground if you can. We'll continue just like this a few more times. Let's do one more. From here, release the right hand down to the mat. Settle in here once again to your lizard lunge. You can find some movement if you like. Bring the left hand now on the left thigh or the left knee. Start to look over the left shoulder towards the back of your mat. Take full breaths in and full breaths out. We'll be here for a couple more breaths. Good. From here, come back through center, plant the left hand down, and bring the left knee back into your tabletop. From your tabletop, just make your way towards the back of your mat so you have more space to the front of you. Walk your hands out to the front two corners of your mat. And as you do that, start to lower your chest, lower your heart down towards the ground. Keep your hips over top of your knees as you melt your heart down. Maybe you keep your forehead lifted up off of the ground, or maybe you lower it to rest down onto the ground. One more breath. Great. Let's now lift the forehead up off of the ground if you had lowered it down. Walk your hands back in towards your body, coming back into your tabletop position on hands and knees. And from here, we'll take that lizard sequence on the second side. So you can step the right foot to the front of your mat, to the outside of your hands. Start to lower your hips down towards the ground a little bit here. Find some movement if you like. And if you're looking for a deeper stretch, you can tuck the left toes under, lift up the knee, and then take the left knee further back behind you, lowering it back down to the ground. Good. From here, let's bring the left fingers to the left side of the head. Inhale, lift the left elbow up high towards the sky. Exhale, bring the left elbow to tap the ground. Maybe bending the right elbow as you do that. Inhale, lift the left elbow high towards the sky, rotating to the side. Exhale, tap the ground with the left elbow. A couple more times just like this. Let's do one more. Good, release the left hand down onto the mat. And let's take 1 or 2 breaths right here before we move on. From here, bring the right hand onto the right thigh or the right knee and start to look over the right shoulder towards the back of your mat. Push the ground away from you with your left hand and find a little bit more rotation through your spine if you can. We'll be here for a couple more breaths. Good, release, come through center, bring the right hand down. Bring the right knee back into your tabletop, hips over top of the knees, shoulders over top of the wrists. Bring your big toes to touch, knees as far apart or as close together as you like. Sit your hips back into your child's pose. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Inhale, come forward into your tabletop. Reach your right arm up towards the sky, looking towards the right hand if that feels okay for your neck. Exhale, lower the right hand down, sit your hips back to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, come forward, second side, lift the left arm up. Exhale, lower it down and sit your hips back to child's pose. Inhale, come forward, lift the right arm up. Exhale, come back into child's pose. Continuing just like this for several more rounds. Work with your own breath. Let's do one more on each side. Inhaling to lift the arm up. Exhaling into child's pose. Inhaling to come forward. Exhale to child's pose. And once you are in your child's pose, we'll be here for a couple more breaths. Take one more breath. Start to make your way forward into your tabletop. Bring your knees just underneath your hips. Bring your hands farther out in front of you and lower all the way down onto the ground. We'll come into Sphinx pose from here. So come on up onto your forearms. Elbows will be underneath the shoulders. Forearms are parallel to one another, parallel to the long edges of your mats. Push the ground away from you here with your forearms. If this feels like a bit too much of a stretch for you today, feel free to bring your arms, your elbows farther out in front of you. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Start to look towards the right, over the right shoulder, maybe towards the back of your mat. Come back through center, looking straight out in front of you. Look towards the left now, maybe over the left shoulder towards the back of your mat. Come back through center, looking straight out in front of you. Look towards the right, back through center, and towards the left. Continuing just like this, moving at whatever pace feels really good for your neck. The next time that you are looking straight out in front of you, lower your chin down to your chest. And bring your chin towards your right shoulder. Bring it back down to your chest. Bring your chin to your left shoulder. Lower your chin back down to your chest. Bring your chin to the right shoulder. Continuing just like this a few more times. Let's now meet, looking straight out in front. Push the ground away from you with your forearms, with your elbows and your hands. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Lower your chest down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Fingers are spread nice and far apart. Inhale to lift your chest up. Use some strength from your spine. Elbows in towards the sides of your body. Exhale to lower. Twice more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more just like that. Inhale, let's lift. And exhale, lower down. Bring your hands off of your mat. Just next to your mat, tent up onto your fingertips so your palms are lifted. Inhale to lift your chest up, pressing down into your fingertips. Look over your right shoulder towards the back of your mat. Maybe lowering your left shoulder a little bit as you do that. Come back through center and lower down. Inhale, lift up. Look over your left shoulder, back of the mat. Exhale, come through center, lower down. Inhale, lift up, look over the right shoulder. Exhale through center, lower down. We'll do this a few more times each way. Inhaling to lift up and look over one shoulder. Exhale to come through center and lower down. Let's do one more each way. Good. From here, lower your chest down to the ground. Bring one hand over top of the other and simply rest your forehead down onto your hands. Allow each breath to be full and complete. Use your breath as a tool to guide yourself back into the present moment. Take one more breath in this position. Good. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press your way up. Come into a seated position with your legs out in front of you. And bring your right leg straight out to the right side. Bring the left foot to the right inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your right forearm towards the ground, maybe on top of the left foot. Then reach the left arm up overhead and towards the right foot, finding a side body stretch. Inhale, come through center. Bring the left hand down and start to side bend towards the left side. Bring the right forearm down towards the ground. Reach your left arm up overhead towards the right foot. Inhale, come through center. Plant the left hand down, side bend to the left. Exhale, come through center, side bend to the other way. A couple more each way. Inhale through center, side bend to the left. Exhale, side bend to the right. Reach towards the right foot. Inhale through center, side bend to the left. Exhale to the right, reaching towards the right foot. Come through center, sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands down onto your knees. Close your eyes if that feels okay for you. Otherwise, you can keep them open. We'll just take a couple of breaths here. Good. Let's now try that on the second side. So bring your left leg straight out to the left side. Right foot to the left inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall here. Find length through your spine. And start to bring the left forearm to the left inner thigh, maybe on top of the right foot. Reach your right arm up. Reach the right fingers towards the left foot. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Good. Inhale, bring the right hand down. Reach the left arm up and overhead. Side bending to the right. Exhale, bring the left forearm down. Reach the right fingers towards the left foot. Inhaling, come through center, side bend towards the right. Exhale through center, side bend to the left. Inhale through center, side bend to the right. Exhale through center and side bend to the left. Continuing just like this a couple more times. Finding some space through the sides of the body here. The next time that you come through center, bring your hands down on your lap. Close your eyes, or you can keep them open, whatever you like. We'll just take a few breaths here. Allow your breath to flow easily and effortlessly. In and out, however it wants to. Good. From here, you can open your eyes if they were closed and make your way down onto your back now. You can bend your knees to make your way there. And when you are ready, bring your feet down onto the mat just in front of your hips. Ground down into your feet. To lift your hips up, just bringing them over towards the left-hand side a little bit. Coming into a twist here, lift your legs up. Legs are bent to about 90 degrees. Bring your arms out into a T. Release your legs over to the right-hand side. You can look wherever feels good for your neck. Option to look towards the left side. One more breath. Good. Start to look back up to the center, up to the ceiling. If you were looking to the left side, bring your legs back through center. Bring your feet down to the mat. Bring your hips back through center and over to the right-hand side. Moving on to the second side here for our twist. Lift your legs up. Legs are still bent to about 90 degrees. Release your legs over to the left-hand side. Arms are out into the T. Look wherever feels good for you. Option to look towards the right-hand side if that feels okay for your neck. Let's take one more breath here. Look back towards the ceiling. Come back through center, releasing from your twist. Lower the feet down to the ground, arms alongside your body. Press down into your feet to lift your hips up. Bring them back through center. From here, bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a squeeze. Take a moment here to thank yourself for making this time for you, for showing up, for moving your body, for making it to your mat. When you feel ready, release into your Shavasana. Your legs can go long, your arms can go long. If it feels better for you though, you can bend your knees. Feet plant down onto the mat, maybe the knees knock in to touch one another. You can also bring one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly if that feels better for you. Settle in here. Notice the rise and the fall of your belly as you breathe. Notice how you are feeling right now. Notice any thoughts, sensations, emotions, or anything else that is present right now. Allow yourself to rest, knowing that there is nothing that you need to do right now, and there is nowhere else that you have to be right now. Simply give yourself this time at the end of your practice to integrate all of the wonderful work that you did during your practice. Begin to deepen your breath, perhaps making each breath just a little bit longer than the previous one. Bring some movement into your body. Whatever kind of movement feels good for your body right now is great. Eventually, make your way over onto one side, resting there for a moment, using one arm as a pillow for your head, and just taking a moment to think of a few things that you are grateful for. And then you can press your way up and come into a comfortable seated position when you are ready. Thank you so very much for being here and for checking out this yoga class. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel. You can also share this video or my channel with a friend, a family member, or on social media. And you can leave me a comment letting me know how this class went for you. Thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.